This case study demonstrates how adopting a collaborative approach to specifying requirements for oil and gas platform cranes led to cost savings. It shows how a category management approach and open communication with a selected supplier can result in a mutually beneficial long-term supply agreement. The established practice for this company was to individually specify cranes for each platform, meaning that each solution needed to be custom-made for the client. The specifications produced by a design contractor were excessively detailed and called for non-standard components or sub-assemblies, and sometimes had elaborate technical requirements that went beyond fit for purpose. This increased the maintenance burden and required far too much documentation and certification. Worse, specifications were prepared in a climate of mistrust, in which customers believed that suppliers had to be told what to do. The specifications included preferences from both the owner and the contractor, but operational feedback was only rarely included and generally not included at all. Not only was this very expensive, but each project tended to reinvent the wheel by specifying their own requirements every time a new crane was requisitioned. Nobody was using the knowledge learned from previous projects. In order to address the inefficiencies of the established method of requisitioning new cranes, a cross-functional category team was established with a mutual client-contractor commitment to improvement. This category team would then change work practices and adopt new ideas in an effort to reduce cost. The team did a number of things to reduce costs. First, they adopted a specification based on performance requirements and data sheets. Then they aligned with a supplier of proven quality and expertise and worked collaboratively with the supplier to reduce cost while maintaining profitability using an open book approach. The team's objective was to agree a fit-for-purpose technical specification, including documentation requirements that would be transferable from one project to the next. The category team would approach the selected supplier with a view to forming a three-way client-contractor-supplier category improvement team who would work together to establish some minimum requirements. These minimum requirements would be the technical specification, the functional requirements, documents, and spares. This approach was successful in challenging conventional methods and led to a reduction in customization. It also eliminated unnecessary documentation and allowed incorporation of operation documentation. The team also assessed methods to reduce operational expenditure, resulting in low lifecycle equipment selection. Through openness and direct dialogue, trust was built between the client, contractor, and supplier. Using a category team for problem solving enhanced communication and understanding between all parties. In addition, the functional approach focused on the needs of the equipment rather than the wants and wish lists of individuals or groups. Adopting a functional specification for the platform cranes meant that the supplier could provide a fit-for-purpose solution from their range of standard designs. Reductions in technical requirements, documentation, and an enhanced relationship between supplier and client reduced costs by 44% compared to the previous project to supply a crane of equivalent but conventional specification, offering savings to everybody. This was such a positive outcome for all parties that the client and supplier now have a long-term supply agreement in place, with the owner to provide cranes of this nature for future projects. And further work by the category improvement team has shown that it is possible to use a standard ship's crane on an offshore platform, which has reduced costs by 54%. So this case study has demonstrated that adoption of functional specifications reduces cost, and using a category management team has many benefits, like enhancing client-supplier relationships, predicting capital and operational expenditure cost, and preserving project schedules. The experience has become a model for the client's approach to reducing costs for other equipment items. If you're interested in applying strategic sourcing methods to your company's sourcing process, check out our video series, SME Sourcing Strategy in the 21st Century. Strategic sourcing can't be accomplished overnight, and this series can give you the foundation you need to begin the process.